Hey everybody, my name is Takia, and this is the first episode of my podcast via Rich Healing. This podcast is about living life after a parent has passed. So, this is my co host for today.
Hi guys.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Zayani. I am Takia's sister cousin.
Everyone is sister
and
cousin.
I'm so excited to be here today. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Nah. All right, so we are gonna jump right into it. A little bit of the background. Both of us has lost our mom, and we lost them at different times in our lives. So we're gonna speak a little bit about that, and also a little bit about our journey and how we maneuver through life now as adults without our parents. So we're gonna jump right in. Um, so I'm gonna start off with like childhood.
Okay.
So, what was your favorite memory with your mom?
I would say my favorite memory with my mother or memories will be any creative moment, any moment where we got to express ourselves through creativity. Those are my favorite moments.
So, I feel like my favorite memory with your mom is when you guys lived in Virginia. And every time we used to go to Virginia, she used to be like, "Show me the new dances from New York.
Show Auntie the new dances." Oh my goodness.
That's like my favorite
core memory.
Like, cause it was like every time, like we would get there mad early, and she'd be sitting on the couch or wherever she was, and then like she'd be like, "Show me the new dances from New York." Like, exactly, like, bro.
Yes, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, now vice versa, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So my favorite memory of my mom, I would say, is watching her get ready to go to the club.
Okay. If you know, you know.
That was my favorite memory. Like, cause it's just like, watching her get dressed, do her hair. And then I used to always love when she'd be like, "Oh, like, what do you think?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, like you value my opinion."
Yeah, you know I got that eye
right,
too.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, oh, like fix my hair, like little track here,
yes,
like
yes.
So like that was like, my favorite memory of my mom.
Okay. I feel like I had so many memories in childhood, like that are like core memories with your mom. But I would say my favorite memory with your mother was when I became a mother. Like in my stages of motherhood and getting to experience her through those stages, top five. Like it was just so different. Right. And I got to see like a softer side of her. It was an experience, like unforgettable.
Yeah, I feel like she got softer over the years.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. At what age did you fully understand the experience was different for you?
I would say probably like around 13, 14 years old. So just for a background, I lost my mom when I was 11 years old. And I have a younger sister too. So she's 3 years younger than me. She was 8. I was 11. And I would say about 13, 14, around the time where I started getting my menstrual. And I knew like I didn't know what to do. I knew that I couldn't ask my father.
Right.
That's when it really started to settle in a little bit more like, wow. Because you kind of just navigate through it. Right. Once it happens, you don't get much time to grieve. You just got to keep pushing through. So I feel like those were the periods where it really settled in.
I agree. I feel like for me, I know that for me, it was during the first year that she passed, that Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So it was like, so for a lot of people that don't know, my birthday is May 19th. My mother passed away May 15th. So that means that she passed 4 days before my birthday. So it was just kind of like I didn't even have time to process. And then, I'm just living life, like going through the motions. And then I was living in Vegas. And mind you, the day before I bought like all of the stuff to cook. And, that was my second second or third Thanksgiving cooking. And that morning I woke up and I was just curled up on the floor, like boo-hoo crying. Like, cause I'm like, damn, she's not here. Like, she's not here to cook or
phone call,
nothing. So I'm just like, and then I just like in my head, and I was with Miss Alicia, and she's just like, you got to get up, right? She's like, you know, your mother don't want you sitting here crying. Like, you have to get up. And I got up and I cooked the meal. But that was like the first time that I was just on some like,
reality check.
Damn, she's not here.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Yeah. Oh, also too, I mentioned that I lost my mom at 11. She lost her mom as an adult. So
Yes.
two total different
time periods, everything. So it's different.
Yeah.
Very, very different.
Yes, it is.
What did you miss most growing up?
Getting a chance to be a child. I feel like because it happened so early, that life forced me to be very mature from a young age.
Right.
I think that's it.
Well, for me, what I miss most growing up, I don't really have, because, you know, like she said, mom passed when I was 24, so right before my 25th birthday. So, but one thing I can say that I miss growing up is like holidays, because you know my mom used to make every like holiday, birthday, like that was like
everything.
All of those things was special. So, like, I don't know. I always say people used to make fun of me because I believed in Santa Claus. So I was like 11 because like my mother used to do the little jingle bell thingies. She's like, oh my God, Santa Claus is at the door. Like
footsteps around the house.
Yo, for cookies. Real. Like cookies with the milk going, everything. So like I miss those moments. And I hope like if I was to have kids any day, like I would, you know, redo those things because it's just like, damn, like
look at how you remember as an adult.
Right, no, for real. Like it was like so like pivotal, like, oh my gosh. Like I didn't care like if people made fun of me. Like I'm like, now that I think about it, I'd be like, my mother loved me. Yeah, like my mother loved me and my sisters because like who's really gonna take the time out to bite a little bit of the cookie and ring bells at like 2 a.m, like acting like you Santa Claus, right? Exactly. So, you know,
she created that for y'all.
Right. And y'all too, because y'all was there. Definitely. Like, and for a lot of people, y'all don't know, like, Z and, you know, her sister, they were with, like, we were always together. Like, even though, like, we had, like, girls. Yeah, literally. Like, it was us.
Yeah.
So, all right, next question. I think that we already know.
Kind of answered.
Yeah, so it's like, who stepped in to raise you and how did it shape you?
Oh my goodness. Okay, I love this question. So, like I said, I lost my mom at 11, and Takia's mom was my second mother. Even when my mom was here, she was still like my second mother. That's my dad's sister, my dad's younger sister. And her and I have always been very, very, very close. A lot of people always thought I was her daughter too, but I'm her niece. That's who definitely stepped in to raise me, and I would say also with the help of my siblings' parents as well. They definitely helped. But my aunt was my mom. Yeah. She held my dad down wholeheartedly through every obstacle, everything. She was there every step of the way.
I would say for me, it would be my godmother. Because when I moved to Vegas, she was there with me. Like, we were there. So it was like when I was going through that motion, even when my mother passed, I called her crying. She's like, Takia, I'm already on my way.
Right. Like, girl, you don't even know.
Yeah, like, I'm already, like, come downstairs in 5 minutes. Type, like, you know? So I feel like my godmother really helped me, you know, try to, like, go through my emotions and give me my space. And when I went to Vegas, like, you know, her, my grandmother, and Miss Alicia, like, I was grateful for that opportunity. Like, it was just a space of healing. Right. I was by myself, but I wasn't by myself. Yes. And, you know, I had the luxury of getting up to just go and sit by the pool. I would just journal or do whatever I wanted. Like,
a different environment.
So exactly, West Coast, nice weather, doing this, doing that. If y'all see me, I was living the vida loca, okay? But yeah, I would say my godmother, and I appreciate her. And I always say, like, me being a godmom too, like, most of the time, like, you're not there for certain things, but pivotal moments like that, that's when you show
That'll
up.
Be more than enough.
Right. And then you remember those things because it's just like, damn, like when my back was against the wall, even when we had to sign the papers at the funeral home and do everything, she was just there. She was like, y'all go ahead and handle it, but I'm right here.
I'm here physically for support.
And then not just for me and Tiana, because, you know, we're twins and that's just for all siblings. Of us. Like, my grandmother, she looked at my sisters as her godkids too. It's no separating like, oh, it's just Takia and Tiana. No.
Yeah.
Because Akila came to Vegas too, and she was there, and she, you know.
No, I didn't
so,
know that.
yes, Akila came to Vegas. We left like the week of her birthday because we spent it there, whatever. And she stayed for like about a month or so. But, you know,
everybody's experience is different.
Right.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. I'm happy you guys got to experience that. I never knew that.
Yeah, she was there.
Hold on, stop this camera. I'm going to film it on this side real fast. Was it? Yeah. You could just, or take it off the thing if you can, please. There you go. Yeah, no, I don't know what I did. You're good.
All right. So, how has growing up without a mom affected your self-esteem?
Like, girl, excuse
I told you I would take a studio.
Okay. Growing up without a mother has affected my self-esteem tremendously. It's had a major impact on my self-esteem. Aside from the fact that I was already a little self-conscious as a child, for my own personal reasons, not having that moral support there, it's different when it's coming from your dad versus your mom telling you look beautiful and she's there doing your hair with you and all those other things, and especially that aspect of it. Right. My mother always did my sister's hair and my hair. We never did our own hair. So when she left, I had to figure it out. Right. I have a passport picture. After my mom passed, I have one side of my hair is here and the other side of my hair is right here. No way. And I always remember that because I remember how much time and effort my mom put into keeping her children
your hair and stuff done.
Forget about just the physical upkeep. Her children, period. The way she nurtured us, the way she kept us physically, the way she implanted our brains and raised us so well that she did exactly what she was supposed to do when she was here. But to answer the question, yes, it has impacted me tremendously. But over time, of course, as you get older, you grow older, you learn new things, and you build that confidence within yourself. So I'm grateful for that.
I feel like for me, being that, you know, she passed when I was older, it doesn't really affect me a lot, but like, it's just like certain things that I wear reminds me of her. Like I just be like, especially like when I be leathered down, I be like, all right, right, no, for real. So it's just like, am I giving old or am I giving cunt? Like, oh my goodness. So I just be like embodying, like even like with my nails, like we was just saying, like this is something that my mom would do, put different colors on every finger, like you know. So I feel like being older, because I want to get so I feel like, you know, being older, like it's just like, did I inherit your style? Because also I feel like my style, I don't know, my mom used to dress us like in between. She used to dress us like tomboyish and then girly, and I feel like I embody both. Like I be on my girly shit sometimes, and then sometimes like I just be like, you know, I wanna
chill, lay back.
Yeah, I want to chill. I just want to just like Adam.
She was pissing me off with this. I was gonna say that your mother herself was a very versatile person. Yes. A very versatile individual, and I feel like she definitely expressed that through her children. Anybody that knows them knows, if you've seen Rajia's kids,
we was fly.
Ponytails, matching bobos and barrettes, and free as ever. Every day. She was never playing.
And that's why I don't have kids yet, because they're gonna be, I know people probably be like, oh, like you just simple and stuff. Nah, but when I have kids, they're gonna be dressed to the gods.
That's where you put all your effort.
Right, exactly. Because that's how my mom was. I remember she used to stand on the line for we had every single pair of Jordan. And if you know me, I hated Jordan. Remember I used to cry like, I would have put on my Converse. I would have put on a dress.
I'll tell you how real it is. It was so real that I couldn't understand how my aunt had all these kids and they all always had every sneaker that came out. One time I told my father, I don't know if I ever told you this story.
Yeah, that you was.
I'm like, can we switch where we live so we can spend more money on our clothes and save money on our rent? Yo. Just because I couldn't understand how they had every pair of sneakers. Like,
and then we were opposite, because it's like, I don't want to live here. Like, I don't want to be in the East. Like, no, for real. Like, we trying to like literally swap lives. Like,
well, that's why you don't idolize anyone's
no,
life.
for real, because you don't know.
You don't know.
You that don't know.
That's so funny. I like that question. That was funny.
All right, we said that. Did you ever struggle with feelings of abandonment, anger, or loneliness?
I still struggle with that today. And
Same.
I'm 30 years old.
Same.
I'm in a very healthy relationship and I still struggle with that to this day. Like, still to this day, it affects me so much. It affects me tremendously that there's moments I really have to sit down and remind myself of how grateful I am because your mind will just wander off into those places. I say all of that to say abandonment issues can come from various things. And a lot of mine came from I felt that every time I grew closer to an individual, they left. Whether they passed away, whether we stopped being friends, whether it was a breakup, however it goes, I always felt like once I grew a really strong, genuine relationship with someone, I had to prepare to know that they were going to be leaving sometime soon. And I was already struggling with that. But then, as I mentioned earlier in the episode, when I got closer to your mother in my motherhood stages, and I saw it coming already because I already experienced this, that shit broke me bad. It broke me so bad because I was just like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like I thought that these years we were done with this already. I didn't think that this was going to keep happening. You know, you learn more, you change your ways, you change your habits, and you feel like, all right, I'm doing the right stuff, so it's going to go this way. Or you already have expectations in your mind, but child, abandonment issues and neglect, negligence.
No, I feel like that's my top one as well. Like, I always think about it because when my mother left, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Like, I felt like you abandoning me. Like, and it came to like how it says like anger. Like, I was angry. Like, I wasn't in a good space. Like, I'm just like, how could you leave me here? Like, you know, how could you leave Jalea? Jalea was only what, like 4 or 5? I'm like,
I think 5.
And I'm just sitting here like, bro, like, and then to top that off, my dad left and went to Cali a couple of months. So I'm just like, bro, I have nobody.
Yeah. Wait, he didn't move to Cali before?
No, he left in September. Yes, it was after.
You are absolutely right.
So it was just like, I feel like I lost 2 parents in one. Like, even though my dad is still living and I love my dad and all of the things and stuff, but it's just like, even though mommy left, I kind of still needed you, bro.
It wasn't the time
It wasn't the time for you to leave. So it's just like, I still feel abandoned. Like, I always say, like, I feel it's like an open wound.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, that's
it's just like a void in your heart that's just never left. And so it's just like when people leave my life, I'm so like decentered to the point like it's like, all right,
that's okay. I wouldn't even know, like, in a sense.
Yeah, like, it's just like, not to say that it doesn't bother me, but I feel like my mom passing was like the worst thing.
That's the biggest heartbreak you can experience.
So it's just like when people do stuff like, yeah, it's hurtful, yeah, like you a fucked up person or whatever the case may be, but it's just like, I'm cool. I didn't went through worse. So, and I'm trying to get myself out of that
mentality. Yes,
because it's not the right way.
It's toxic.
It is low key toxic.
I know it is because I know from experience.
It's low key toxic, like, but it's just like, you know.
I like it because it also builds character.
It does.
It helps you build
but then
boundaries.
It also brings you into the loneliness too, because I feel like I forced myself into loneliness because it's like, oh, that's like exactly what I was about to say you doing this, I'd rather be by myself anyways. That's my happy place anyways. Anybody that knows me knows that I love solitude. I love peace. Put me in my room,
quiet.
Me and Rada, like, I'm fine with that. But also, what I learned was that is a trauma response.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm glad
you don't want to be, because it's like sometimes, like, this is funny. When I was sick, mind you, I wasn't going nowhere for 4th of July or whatever because I was recovering.
Right.
And I'm just sitting here. I'm like, damn, nobody hit me up and asked me if I want to go anywhere. So one of my friends called me the next day, whatever. She like, bitch, where you at? So I'm like, bro, I was sick. I'm like, but also I was cursing you out of my head because why didn't you call me and ask me if I wanted to go anywhere? And you know what she said? She said, because I already know it's already 8 o'clock, and you're gonna be like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that.
This would
So why do I even bother? Right. So it's just like, but I'm like, damn, I gotta get out of that because I'm low key pushing people away.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I don't want to get too close, or I feel like when I get too close, it's just like
to avoid that open wound.
Right, exactly. But then it also goes back to it's just like, all right, if it hurts, it hurts, but it's not gonna hurt as bad as that. So it's just like it is what it is, kind of thing. So
just like gotta find that balance,
a healthy balance of like you said, boundaries.
Yeah. So, I only say, just to reiterate, that that mentality is toxic because, like what she just said, any one person that tells you that they're okay with being alone is lying. Hello. And I'm going to tell you from a spiritual perspective.
Hello.
No man was made to be alone. Even the Creator himself has stated that no one is meant to be alone. He has made one person for each person, and that's how it's supposed to go. So if a person tells you, oh, I'd rather be by myself, yeah, because they enjoy their peace, but deep down, nobody likes to be alone forever. Right. Nobody wants to be alone forever. Even if you don't want kids, it doesn't mean that you want to be alone. You still want, somebody still want a partner. You want that company because you can enjoy your own company. That's the most important thing. But company is more fun when
exactly. Right.
So I say that to just say, like, don't put yourself in that mental space just because you enjoy your peace. You can still enjoy your peace and still enjoy your company at the same time.
And also, I feel like the right company too.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Because I know, like, a lot of times when like people like, oh, like, do you want to go, or like, and I'd be like, oh, nah, you know what I used to say? Oh, I don't feel good. Yeah, that was like my like. It's like, damn, girl, you always
but you don't feel good.
Oh, I got a headache. Oh, like I didn't sleep last night. Right. Like, but also like mostly around like the times of like when it was my mom's birthday, or like especially around my birthday. Yeah. Like I'd be like, oh, I don't want to do nothing.
And Mother's Day is also in
Mother's Day. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to do anything, or da 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 da. And they just, people be like, well, my friends, they be like, all right. But it's like low key, come knock on my door and check on me.
No, literally.
Because you be like, oh, I don't know how to be there for you. But you're being just there for me.
Just show up.
And I say that all the time. You're being there for me is you want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to, and they be like, oh, like you should just talk about it. And it's like, bro, me talking about it is going to put me in a depressive state that I don't want to be.
That I'm trying to
I just want you to be you. I just want you to, you could come and sit in my bed and we could watch TV all day. Let's take a nap together.
Like, sleep,
hello,
cry, eat, cook, all of those things. When she says show up, when people say just show up, they mean exactly that. Physically, you can show up to my door, knock. We could sit in the same room for 4 hours
and not say nothing.
One word, and that would still be more significant to me than any phone call or text message you could have sent me.
Send a little flower or two. And you know what it is? Why I get like so angry about it? Because I'm that person for everybody else.
I was gonna say that.
And nobody's that for me. So it's just like when Mother's Day comes up, I send flowers to all of the mothers, my friends that's mothers, right? So it's like, oh, like when it's my birthday, that don't come around, or oh, I know that you like your space, and oh, I know that
excuses,
which is true, I do like that, but it's like also too, like, you may not be good, but I'm here. What you want to do? Everybody know I like to eat. I'm never gonna turn down an out to eat. Like,
I see many videos like where mothers are in their postpartum stage, and their friends would show up to their Ring camera. I'm not leaving, so whenever you're ready, I'll be here.
No,
let's go. Even if you don't come open this door, I will stay outside.
You remember when my goddaughter was born? I was there every single day.
You have no choice because
every single day.
That you, like you just said, I don't want to go into that depressive state, and I know what that feels like.
Right.
I wouldn't want my people that I
to
love
go
and
through
care
that, right? Because it's like, I know your story. You my friend, right? You've been around me. You've been around my mother,
right?
You already know how my family get down. Like, it's just like, I feel like for our family, like once we bring somebody around, like it's like you're automatically like, because we don't bring just anybody around.
So if you came around,
so exactly, it's not gonna be on some, oh, like this is a one and done kind of thing. And it's like, and when you stop speaking to that person,
they still gonna be asking.
They still gonna ask, oh, well, y'all gonna get it together one day, or or you know, it's unfortunate kind of thing, or you still don't speak to such and such, you know, I hope they're doing well. Like, it's never nothing, you know. So it's just like, I learned to stop expecting myself and other people.
Absolutely.
And then also too, people that never lost a parent, they probably really don't understand wholeheartedly of like the emotions.
They understand what has happened, but they don't understand how
the depth of it,
how difficult it is to navigate, and how much assistance you need navigating. Because it seems like that when you lose a parent, people make it seem as if that's a period of where people need to grieve, and they need to go through their own emotions. And yes, all those things can be true, but that's also a very dangerous and vulnerable state. And a lot of dangerous things can happen in that state if people are not showing up.
Right, because you don't know people's thought process.
Yes.
Like, God forbid I was one of those people and I wasn't like strong-minded. And that's one thing that I always pray for, is for God to give me a sound mind and keep a sound mind. Right. Because there's people that lose somebody and the first thought is they like, oh, like, I'm offing myself. Because not for nothing, all jokes aside, before like my mom was sick or anything like that, I used to be like, oh, my mother go take me too. Like,
she did used to say that all the time.
Take me too, because I know that I can't live life without her.
She thought
like have you on a thought, because this is year 5 now.
Okay, don't so this. And I also want to kind of piggyback off of what you just said about when I was saying about it being a vulnerable state. You said you don't know people's thought process. With I love that this episode is like this, but I lost my mom so young that I had a whole bunch of suicidal thoughts. People don't notice about me because they only know what they see on the outside. You know, they see how I enjoy everybody's company, I entertain everybody, I'm so loving, I'm so outgoing, and all these other things that people expect from me, but don't know what I'm thinking deep down. I actually have a friend named Serenity. She is one of the very few people that knew what I was going through during that time period, because I ended up losing my brother's mom maybe like 3 years after my mom passed.
That was 3 years?
Probably like 3 or 4, because my mother, I was in 6th grade when my mom died. I think I was in 10th grade when Marilyn died. So I think like maybe about 3 or 4 years roughly.
And that was like abrupt as well.
Yeah, it was so abrupt, unexpected. And before, so oh gosh, I'm all over the place. But this is, I promise, it all connects. When I lost my mom and we moved back to New York from Virginia, my brother's mom was the only person that told me these exact words. She said, "You have moved around so much, you and your sister, and no matter what happens in this household, we will not move until you graduate high school." She told me those exact words. I remember the house was empty. We were sitting on the steps of our empty house, 2-family house that we had just moved into. And she told me those exact words. And then like 2 years later, she died. So like I said, it all goes back to the abandonment issues, you know, like it's kind of
like, yeah, this woman just came in Maryland. She was very like calm, she was motherly,
very nurturing, very, very,
you know, chill,
reserved. And I appreciated that. I value that, like every part of those moments, because like I said, you may express to very few people how you feel in that time period, but this is why art is it's so important to life, because I found so much comfort in music at that time. I would listen to a lot of music. I wasn't doing makeup at that time. Mac Miller got me through a lot of my moments. If y'all know, y'all know. If y'all know, y'all know. And yeah, you just gotta find outlets. You have to find outlets.
Yeah, it's important. I agree. Have you on the outlets?
Definitely.
How do you feel like you cope with grief in different stages of your life?
In this current day, I feel like I deal with grief by living my life and not living to survive. So actually living my life and not being in survival mode. Yeah, not being in survival mode, not living on survival mode.
I feel like I still struggle with that, but I feel like the thing that helps me the most is being disciplined. Like, I have to have a routine. If I don't have a routine, that's when I'm having random thoughts.
Okay.
So it's like,
you don't leave space.
Exactly.
Oh, girl, that's smart. Maybe that's all.
Exactly. That's why when people be like, "Oh, like you be so through, like all your time, but everything is counted for."
Yeah.
My 24 hours is accounted for. I
admire that about you. I'm so proud of you.
I be trying, because I'm like, it'll be a random Tuesday, and don't get me wrong, like it's certain things like I be like a little bedazzled, like when I watch like certain things, like when it comes to like weddings, when I watch like movies, I be boohoo crying. I be like, damn, my mom is not gonna be in my wedding. Even though I low key don't want to get married for real.
Shut up! Stop saying that. Shut up! Stop speaking that over your life.
I always say, like, she's not gonna be there for pivotal moments. So I think about like with children and things like that. Like those are the things that I try not to think about, but I know like those are things that'll come in the near future.
They're coming, yeah.
And like I'll just randomly just start crying about it because just like damn, like she's not gonna be there for me when I have my first kid. So I spoke to Titi. So that's my aunt. And she's my mom's older sister. And she, she was just like, I want y'all to have kids and stuff. She was like, I know your mom said to make sure like when you're ready, the time, when you feel like the time is right. Even though it's never really a right time. But
thank you.
My mom's keywords always used to be like, you never know if a man is ever gonna be there for you. So make sure you have your shit together and your own shit.
Yeah.
Just in case he wanna leave, or now God forbid if something was to happen to him. Like,
or you.
Right. So make sure that when you have your kid, you're in a space where, and mentally too, now I'll be thinking about it too, because sometimes you can't have a kid and your mind is all over the place. That's not feasible for you or your child.
I have a post, I have a meme on my page that I posted, and I leave it there purposely. It says, heal the broken child in you so you don't have to heal the child that came from you. And when I say I felt that wholeheartedly, I can attest to that.
You don't want to give your kids trauma. Well, unnecessary trauma, because they're going to have trauma regardless of what. Right, exactly.
Because a lot of our parents gave us unnecessary trauma unintentionally.
Right. So pretty much to try to have the best version of yourself for your kid.
Right.
So that's what I mean by like right time kind of thing. And I made her promise me, like, when I have my kid,
she's gonna be there.
You coming, right? Because she always talk about the story of when me and Tiana was born, and she was like, yeah, like your head was right there for that long. And she was like, I was just yelling at your mom, like she got curly hair.
And also, what would make the moment more special, our aunt doesn't have any children.
Yeah, she don't have any children. So it's just like, and I feel like she needs something to do. So I tell her, and she lives in Atlanta, and she be thinking about coming to New York and stuff. So I told her, like, when I have my kid,
you could be the nanny.
Exactly. And she was like, oh, I'm be retired by then, girl. I'm gonna put
perfect
the
time.
Same way that I was gonna put my mother up, I'm gonna put you up. Just keep that promise to me that you'll be there for me, so I don't feel abandoned and alone.
Yes. It all goes back to that one umbrella.
Right. We don't want to be alone.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be alone.
I think we spoke about this, like moments where you had to grow up too quickly.
Yeah, we kind of briefly touched it.
Yeah.
We could talk about it though, because one thing that we can relate to, we are both the eldest of our siblings, so
we had to grow up by like 10 is like, it's so crazy. I always say, and I was thinking about this the other day, like we became parents at 10. We became parents at 10. That's when we had to like really start like
doing the big kid stuff,
right? And making sure our sisters were, we
walking all together now. You in charge of everybody. Stuff like
which that. I hated, like, because if stuff wasn't right, if you knew my mother, she ain't play that, and I was getting in trouble.
Discipline, like you just said.
Yeah, but also too, like, what's so crazy? When I think back to, my mom had us on a schedule too.
All the time.
So it was like we had freaking tutoring, we had
every
all of the things
you could think of. They
dance, this, that, like, so we didn't have no space. So maybe that's probably why, like, I'll be feeling like I need.
You need that, yeah. Back to your roots.
Yeah,
that's what you come from.
That makes sense.
Your mother has always been very disciplined.
Very.
Always.
And I feel like I have.
Yes, you embody that.
Too much.
To the T. To the T.
Too much.
Like, I'm telling you, 801, why is the light still on? Oh, okay.
Certain things I be oh, okay. And that be me, like, Rada, get another bed. Be sleep by 8:30.
Yo, that's funny. I'm crying. She's not lying. That is so funny. Yo, you in that damn door. This is your practice. That's your preparation.
No, for real.
That is your preparation.
But I feel like, honestly, I feel like when my mom passed, that's when I knew that I had to like grow up. Like, yes, granted, I was always mature and things like that.
Spoil you?
Very much spoiled. Yeah. Everybody say that.
Yes, we all were.
But it's just like, because it's like certain things, like, I'll be transparent when it came to like my rent and stuff. It'll be times I'll be like, I'm not paying that. I'm going out with my friends. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Because none of my friends had to pay rent. Right. They were still living with their parents. My mother left us to the apartment when I was 19.
Oh, so I thought it was 18, but okay.
Yeah, when I was like, 18, 19. So it's just like,
that's early.
I used to be on some, well, my mother gonna pay it.
Some people
She
don't get
gonna
their
do
first
that.
place until after 20 years old. So
Right.
to have such responsibility from
At
early,
that,
yeah.
remember, I didn't even have a phone until I bought my own. Yo, my mother did not play with me. Oh my gosh. We gonna talk about that and like, oh my gosh, my mother did not play with me. So I used to not have a phone at all. Like my mother used to make me use the pay phone. Like, oh, remember she used to be like, oh, walking around with a whole. I'm like, you embarrassing me. Like, that's a whole nother story. But I feel like after she passed, like that's when it was like more so a reality check. Mm-hmm. Like, if I need something, I don't have nobody to ask.
Yes, because you know that's who you
exactly. Because it's just like, oh, like my mother gonna figure it out. Even when I used to be like, oh, if I have a baby, I'm gonna drop them on your doorstep.
Even if you didn't have that mindset, you knew that you had a supportive parent that right. Even if I can't figure it out, I have somebody to rely on. Right. And also I wanted to say when we mentioned about, you said you was like, shit, I lost my train of thought that fast. Hold on, wait. Oh, you said I didn't have to move out. I would have my own space, but a lot of my friends were still living with their parents. Mm-hmm. And people look at those type of situations where you were like, oh, I'm not paying my rent. I'm not paying my rent. You only can have that mentality when you know that you have the parents to do that with. Right. So like I just said, we are all still to this day and age grown and still very spoiled, but that's because we had supportive parents from very early on. Right. So it was nothing to ever really question of where you just taking risks. Like, I'm just outside, I'm just chilling. And if I get kicked out tomorrow, I know I'm not going to get kicked out. Right? I know that my mother's going to pay it. Exactly.
And she could say whatever she want. Oh, pop it. Yo, she's like, oh, I'm changing the locks. Oh, I'm kicking you out. All your stuff's going to be.
Never did though. Not once. It used to come and cook dinner and everything.
And she paid that rent. Okay?
Like, do it all. Just popping it. Do it all.
Yo, miss my girl. Mm-hmm. So it says, I feel like we touched on this a little bit. Like what milestones are like the hardest without them being here?
I say now, one thing I've learned from this experience is that whether you want to believe it or not, it's easier. I mean, I even use that. Let me select my words wisely.
No, I think I know what you're about to say, but I agree. It becomes easier after time.
It doesn't, I feel like it doesn't impact you as much as a child because you haven't learned life just yet. And then when you start navigating through life, those are the moments where you want them to show up for. So, AKA, you will prefer to have your parent as an adult
than as a kid.
Like, if you ask me, I would not say I wouldn't prefer to lose them at all, obviously, but I feel like it was easier for me that way because these are the moments now as an adult is where I find myself in those moments of what you said, curled up, cried up like a baby. If those things happened before, it wouldn't affect me as much. But I was a kid. I was living life the way a kid was supposed to live. Like, I didn't have to grow up so fast. I had to grow up fast because I had to mature because there was no mother figure for my sister. But in a sense of having to take care of financial responsibility and missing out as being a child because I got to take care of all my siblings. Like, I didn't have to experience that. My parents made sure of that. And one thing that my parents made sure of is that we were well taken care of. So when my mother left, not to be funny, anybody that know me, they always heard me say this. It felt like I didn't lose a parent because my father was one parent and two. Right. My father made sure that he already knew how to do me and my sister's hair before my mother died. He knew how to braid our hair. He was doing everything. Right. He was already everything that he was supposed to be doing as a parent. So when she left, it hurt. But it's kind of like I stepped up a little bit more. That's it. Right. I just doubled up the work. But yeah, definitely.
I feel like I still be going through the motions. Like, even when I was sick like 2 weeks ago and I had a fever, I was crying. I'm like, damn, I wish my mother was here. No, for real. I'm like, tell me what I need to do. Right. Because the last time I felt like that was when I had COVID. And I remember I called her. I'm boohoo crying. I'm like, Ma, like, everything hurt. She's like, just do this. No, for real. So it's just like, I'm sitting there, like, as I'm sick, like, trying to remember. So when I was talking to Titi and I'm telling her about it or whatever, and she's just like, well, did you do this? Did you do this? I said, I did all of those things. Right. Like, so she was like, oh, well, then that's what your mother would have told you to do.
Right, the same as
like, you're okay. It's just that it didn't work. You had to end up going to the doctor. Yeah. But, I'll be trying to go to the doctor. Even though I work in medical, I'll be like, listen, I'll take my herbs. I'll be fine.
That's just the family we come from.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
So I'm just like, you know, and I'm sitting, I'm like, I'm trying to remember. And it's so funny because I remember when I had COVID and she was telling me, like, make sure you're walking around, don't stay in that bed.
Mhm.
And that was me 3 o'clock in the morning, walking around my room, making sure, like, you know, I'm moving my body. And come to find out, my fever was crazy. I had like 102 fever when I end up going to the hospital.
Wow.
So, but in that moment, I needed my mom still as an adult because I'm just like, damn, like I can't even pick up the phone and call. No, like I'm literally figuring this shit out real time. Like it's like, you know, annoying.
It's healing and grieving at the same time.
At the same time, right? Right.
Just to kind of add to what you just said, I've had so many moments in motherhood that I break down and I fall to my knees because all I want to do is be able to lay on my mom's lap and sit on the couch so I could cry and she could rub my head and her hands through my hair. Like I always think about those things. I always think about those moments. And then, you know, when Mother's Day comes around, of course it's exciting for me. It's a celebration for me too. But I don't really even think of Mother's Day as a celebration for myself too much because I feel like I'd be solely thinking about how would I be able to experience this if my mom was here, you know? So,
and that's how I feel too, because it's like I don't have nobody to buy nothing for, or I don't have, you know, so it's just like that day.
How do I
like
celebrate this day?
I don't celebrate at all. Like I don't even look on Instagram because I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I just, and you know, that's why I also kind of want to be a parent so that I can have a different experience and not just look at it in overall, like just in general, like May is just like all over the place for me. So it's just like I kind of want to replace those things. Like even when it comes to my birthday, like I say like, oh, like I want to do this. I'll be so excited, and then I'll be like,
when the time comes, feeling differently.
And I never really felt that way until she passed away because I used to always celebrate my birthday.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like now, like
it changes the perspective for you.
Yeah, it's just like, what is it to celebrate?
I'll tell you how I feel about that. Because March is how I used to look at March. And the only thing that's in March that will be negative will be my mother's death date. Or let me say transitional day, I'm sorry. Yeah. My mom's transitional day. That's the only thing that's negative. I have one of my cousin's birthdays on my mom's transitional date. My brother's birthday is right like the day before. So there's a lot of great things in March, but I always used to look at as soon as March comes like angry and this negative light. And then I don't remember one year I just was like, when this month started differently. And then I just started looking at it from a different perspective. And I don't know what I did differently. I can't remember. I can't tell you exactly. But I knew that my mentality towards the situation changed. And that changed my entire experience of that month as a whole.
I feel like it's more so of a like subconscious thing for me. Because it's like around like April-ish, I start getting mean. And I don't really know yet, like, and I just be like, why did I curse this person out?
And like that in February going into March.
Yeah, I be like, what's like everything is irritating me. Like everything, why the bathroom floor wet? Why this? Why that? Like
why it seem like people get on my nerves more
now? Right? Why every little thing? I be like, my period not coming. Like what? Like why am I? And I don't like being irritable. I don't like being that person. I don't like talking to people crazy, and I don't like being that person. So it's just like when I reflect, and I'm like, why did I just yell like that, or why did I? And I look and I be like, oh,
it makes sense.
Makes sense, right. But also it's just like
it doesn't have to be like that,
right? Like so, it's just like I'm trying to find like ways like when I'm getting irritated, like all right, let me just go to the spa. Like all right, pissing me off. Let me just go to the spa. Okay, let me just go to get a massage. Let me go get my nails and something like to make me feel good. Let me buy something real quick.
Pour into yourself in those moments.
Right, right, and not even just always buying stuff because it's just like I can't put a Band-Aid on things, but just
sit on the grass. Sit by the water.
I love doing that.
Anything.
6 a.m. I'll be right in BBP, Brooklyn Bridge. Like, well, let me not say that. I want people following me.
Right.
I got focus, please.
But I was gonna say, in those moments where you feel that you're grieving so heavily, I feel like those are the perfect opportunities
to ground
yourself. Don't get any other moment throughout that month, throughout that week, throughout that day to pour into yourself. Dedicate some time out of that day to pour into yourself, and that will change your entire perspective on the day. I promise you it will.
Even going to church, like I feel like that. I'll be like, I'm feeling crazy. I need to go have time with God. Like, and sometimes you don't even really have to go to church. Like you said, just go sit by the water. But my bedroom is just like it's too familiar. So it's just like I just need to like outsource kind of thing.
Different environment.
That's why I need to start driving so I could just
go.
That's another conversation for another day.
I'm telling you.
I ain't ready yet.
I'll drive to the end of the world if I
can. Please. End up in freaking Mexico.
I always used to use my car as an outlet. Always. Like,
but I use the gym. That's why I gym so hard, because it's just like, it makes me feel good. I get up in the morning, like I start my day, work out. I have a good mentality. And then I'm going to work. I'm always good with my patients and stuff like that. And then, by the time I get home, walk my dog, and I'm going to sleep. Yeah. So, you
already carry through the day. Yeah, definitely. Outlets are super important. I always say that. Always, always, always.
Is there a recent moment where you wish that your mom was here?
Always, always, always. I would say not a moment, but like particular situations, yes. And more importantly, I feel like now more than ever, because this is like, I feel my first official mature relationship where we talking about marriage and stuff like that, and I already see where it's going. So in these moments, I really feel like she would be here to just brush up the spots and make me, feminize me a little bit more. Like, put me into the woman that she know I need to be, because I already know that I embody that wholeheartedly.
Right.
My mother's whole entire demeanor. If I have no physical appearance or characteristics that looks like my mom, features, definitely her whole entire demeanor. I am my mother, wholeheartedly. So in these moments, I feel like, yes, as I'm growing and I'm stepping into new chapters and I'm different parts of life, this is where I would want her to be the most, like, for sure.
I agree with that. I feel like all of my life, me and my mother argued to the depths of how I was living my life. Like, not saying that I lived life like in the crazy way, but I was just the person, like, I'm gonna do what I want. I didn't care of the consequences. I didn't care who it affected.
She ain't lying. She ain't lying.
I was just like, I'm doing what I want. I'm living life how I want. And just if anybody that's in my way, that's trying to get in the way of me doing what I want. Okay? So if I had to argue you down, if I had to fight you, like, I did not care. I was doing it. Yeah. And I feel like I wish my mom was here to see
how you living life now.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
Because oh my gosh.
Yeah, I made such a huge transition.
I came a long way.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Like I look back at my early 20s and how I was living life, and I was literally just trying to figure out life for real. Like, I didn't want nobody's opinions on anything. Like, I just wanted to
do it the way you wanted to.
Do it exactly, because I was sheltered for so long.
Yes.
My mom kept us so sheltered. Like, we couldn't go outside. We couldn't do this. We couldn't do that. So it was just like the time that I had to go and do it. When she left and got her apartment or whatever and left us the apartment, that was like my goal.
Yeah.
Even though before I was still doing what I was doing, but now I didn't have to hide it.
Yeah, it was much harder.
Right. I didn't have to worry about her, like, in my ear, like, oh, you coming home at this time? Girl, I'm 18 years old. I'm 17 years old. What do you mean? I'm, but I get it.
That was her protection.
Right. Because now that I'm older, like, I see why I look at the world and I be like, I don't even want to go outside for real.
Ma, you was right the whole time.
For real. Like, you got it, sis. Like, the whole time I thought that you was my biggest op and you wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
you was there for me.
Right. So I look now and I'm so, like, mature and so different. And I kind of feel like delayed in a little bit, because I'm like, had I listened to my mother, I probably would have been here, and here already. But also, this was a part of my journey.
Okay, y'all see this right here? Just because things could have been different doesn't mean they would have been better.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Every day, remind yourself of that. Every single day, because just because you think you know how it's gonna go, even if our parents tell us, don't do this because this is gonna happen, they don't know.
Right. Like, this looks shiny over here. I'm going over here.
They're telling you from their experience.
And my mother had a lot of experiences too. And you know the crazy thing, like, my mom didn't really open up her life to us until she got sick.
Yes.
And I wish that she would have before, because it was a lot of things that that she went through. Right. Like,
it would have made sense.
Instead of you just trying to be Hitler and want to dictate and be like, no, because I said so and da 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 da. And instead of explaining, our relationship would have got better a long time ago.
That put a strain on a lot of things, because you're looking at it from two different perspectives. She's looking at it as your protector and your provider. Mm-hmm. I'm just keeping you safe of all these dangerous situations or potential situations that could occur. Mm-hmm. You're looking at it from an aspect of, why are you trying to tell me how to live my life when you already lived your life? I understand that you know what you're talking about, but you don't know if it's going to work out like that for me too. That's how it worked out for you. It does not mean that my path is going to be the same exact way.
Right. And I feel like that's something that she struggled with.
Yeah.
Because, she had me and Tiana when she was 18, and, she didn't really start living life until we got a little bit older, and we were able to watch ourselves and, stuff like that. Yeah. So, I feel like she didn't want that for us. So, like, when people, like, I know when my mom first passed, people were like, oh, so which one of y'all gonna have a baby first? And we looking at them like, that's not what my mother wanted for us. Like, we all still live together.
And you think if she genuinely wanted to be a grandparent, that she wouldn't want her kids to be my little first before that?
Right. And it's so funny because even people, when we was older and stuff, they like, oh, like, you ready to be a grandma? It was like, hell no. They still got a whole lot more to do. And I love that about my mom. Like, she wasn't on some like, oh yeah, like, yeah, like,
she was the most selfless person
ever. Exactly. Like, no, I want them to live life. Like, even when I went to Arizona for the wellness trip, like, she was just like, Takia, live your life. That's when she was sick, because she was supposed to go there with me. And she was just like, you know what? I'm not able to go.
She kept talking
I still want you to go and live your life. Like, don't worry about me. Don't call me. Don't worry. And I'm glad that I was able to experience that without her, because it opened a whole new, because before, especially like because of the people that I was around, I'm like, oh no, like, I'm fine here. I'm not going nowhere. Like, I'm, just like whatever. And my mom always wanted more for us. Like, even when it came down to school, if you're not going to go to school, make sure you do this or do
do something.
My mother did not play. When I was in college, full time, working 2 jobs. Okay.
Busy. Stay busy. And just the same way she had your childhood. I want to say something too. It hurts me to know this, but I feel very strongly about this. I think your mother's characteristic of being a selfless individual is what pushed her out of here faster. I feel like if she was less selfless, she would have been here much longer.
I agree.
Sometimes people don't know, like, the good characteristics in you could be the very reason that you break and, like, you just crumble. I say that because we've obviously both been there to experience it, but like I said, once later, like the later years or her last couple of years or whatever, before she passed, I experienced a different part of her that I never got to experience. I didn't even know she had that in her. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because like you said, you see them from one light until life forces you and circumstances forces you. Now you have no choice. You got to figure this out.
Right.
You're going to need help. You got to call on people. Even if you're the one that people call on, you're going to need to call on somebody else eventually. It's okay to ask for help, And when I would just see how she just took care of the entire household, like, it's just a natural instinct. It's not even something that you choose to do. It's just in you. You just have that in you. And I remember her saying, one thing my mom always told me when I was younger was that she said she would ask her mom, like, why are you cooking so much food? And she was like, you never know. Anybody could come to your house at any time and they just might need a hot meal, might be the only thing that they need. That might be their only meal for the day. And if you know my aunt, then you know those words.
And if you know my household, like, that's how my house is still the same way.
Exactly.
You know how many people still done live with us? Oh, can I stay here tonight? Oh, do you got da 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 da? And y'all know I always cook. And and same thing, like, I don't want to see nobody hungry. Yep. Even when I be at work and they be talking about, oh, I'm struggling, you need a meal.
I'm never denying nobody no food.
Nobody no food.
If I don't have nothing else, I'm going to find a way to get you something to eat, if nothing else. So I say all that to say, like, take care of yourself. Take time for yourself. It's good to have those characteristics and to be kind, but it's more important to take care of you. It's much more important.
Right. You don't want to be kind to a fault. And I feel like I struggle with that.
Me too. I'm still struggling with that.
Yeah, same.
Still.
Same.
So I practice what I preach. Definitely.
Was there a turning point in your healing journey throughout this?
What you mean, like turning as far as
Like any which way.
good, bad, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
Yes. I would say in my healing journey, the most significant turning point for me was once life started forcing me into solitude. Because everybody knows me as the social butterfly. Like, not that I'm a social butterfly, but like if I mess with you, you know, like I'm gonna be the person to bring everybody together. Not that I'm just social with everybody.
Right.
But yeah, life started forcing me into solitude because of unfortunate circumstances. And it just started to reveal those people that were truly there for me. I already got to experience that, through my mother's death. But that's very different when you experience in life. Like, these are friends that I made. These are relationships that I was in. These are people that I met in my own person. My mother ain't introduced me to these people, so this ain't really got much to do with her in this aspect,
right.
But those turning points of where I realized it was just me and my son, it was like, it's kind of felt like hitting rock bottom a little bit. Like, damn, it doesn't matter who you have in your corner. When it boils down to it,
yeah,
it's you and your parents. Like, your parents are always going to be there for you. If nobody else, if you have the support of your parents, you always have from day one, you know what that feels like. And I don't even have to explain that. Like,
right.
You could go through it with your parents. Y'all could go through the fire with your parents.
Literally.
But if your parent says that they are the parent that they are and they love you wholeheartedly, doesn't matter what the situation, the circumstance are, they're going to be there every time.
I agree. I feel like I had a lot. With our family, we weren't talking.
Honestly, it's been a little while and I forgot about that till you just said. We've been back for some time now, so I forgot about that.
It's been a lot. Like, I feel like when my mother passed, everybody was making it about them. And it was hurtful. And, the things that my mom left us, everybody wanted. When it came to the money that she left us, everybody felt entitled to it. And it's just like, I would rather have my mother here physically
than all of this,
than any amount of money. And I feel like that's why we went through it so quick, because it didn't have no value, no substance, no nothing. Like, we were hurting. So it's just like, oh, you want this? Oh, I need this. Or, oh, can you get me this? And it's like, oh, hold the fuck up.
Right. Can I feel anything?
Can I even breathe for a second? Like, and you asking this and this, and then you getting mad because I say no? Like, it was really like the audacity for a lot of people. Yep. And it was just, after that, you had one time with me. And that was it. Like, I went back to the old Takia.
Right.
Like, I wasn't on my, because I was on my journey. I'm like, oh, I'm being nice and stuff again.
And take advantage.
And they forgot how it could get. And when it got like that, everyone was, oh, like, she got to, oh, she a bitch and da-da-da-da. But did you tell the people what you...
How did I get like this?
Right. Because I'm not a person that just start wilding on nobody. Like, I could get like that, but I don't like being that person. Like, it really makes me angry that I get like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, when people put me in those situations, and it's just like, you want to sit here and try to blame me, but you're not telling the whole story.
Right.
So it's just like, and it's really like, how can you open your lips to even say these
Such
things?
A thing. It's the, like you just said, like the audacity of
yeah,
it.
Like, audacity. It's just like, and it's like, I get it. Like, my mother made an impact on everybody's life. It be people, even when I was a kid, that would come to me. They'd be like, oh, you Pookie daughter. I would look at them like, no, why? No, why? I don't know if you got beef with my mother. What are you?
Right, before you try to do some shit, like.
Right, like, but, so it's just like, to see how my mother treated people while she was here on earth, and then how, when she passed, how y'all treat her children.
How they returned that. How they returned it.
It's only certain people that, oh, do you need a meal, or are y'all okay? One of her friends, the day that she passed, she came and she cleaned my whole apartment. Like, that's one of them, sweet. She was like, oh, I got food for y'all. We like, oh, we not hungry. Not even thinking nothing, because, you going through Next thing you know, we at like 2 a.m. We all eating the food that they bought. Like,
right? She know already.
So it's just like those are the type of things that you do not be like, oh, you got a couple of dollars.
What we were referring to when we said earlier in the episode, just show up.
Right, exactly. This is exactly like I shouldn't have to tell you, oh, do this.
I
need
you to do my laundry.
Right, like the same thing. Like when you said, like when you have a baby, like like you take a nap, give me the baby for a couple of hours. Like just certain things. So yeah,
those were your turning points for you.
Yeah, it just made me look at people differently. Yeah, like I didn't know that people could be so cruel and money hungry. And, like, granted, like when you got beef with somebody, it's different. But like people that you actually loved and
I never even thought I could. Like, I never thought I could.
It's like, bro.
I will say, my mother's death taught me that what they say, the cliche line, money is the root to all evil, for sure.
Listen,
it is. It definitely is.
It still disgusts me because I just be like, I don't know.
And I had a different experience with that because I was actually just thinking about this yesterday. It's crazy that this is one of the questions. I was thinking about the aspect of when I lost my mom. I didn't even get $1 from when my mom passed away. Not to say that that's what I was looking for. One, I was a child. Number two, it wouldn't affect me either way because I wasn't missing anything. It wasn't like I needed the money.
Right.
But as I got as I got older, it's like people were putting bugs in my ear. You know, the closer I got to 18, what about your mom's Social Security money and this and that and the third? She worked. You're entitled to some money. You never got this. You never got that. And I remember these were also family members. These weren't only just strangers. These were family members also encouraging me to go look into these things. And like I said, my sister and I never went without anything. No matter what it was, my father always ensured that we had everything we ever needed. Even if it wasn't to my liking, we were well taken care of. Well taken care of. There was nothing that we needed. So there was no reason for anybody to even push that narrative. But people have their own perspectives on situations. They kind of project that on you. And I remember going into the Social Security office. I was 18 years old. I think I was 18. I go in there, whatever, and I'm asking them like, hey, this is my mom's information. Is there any money that I can, redeem from this? I think, because around the time I'm working, I'm like, if I can get a little extra change, right. Why not? I'm entitled to it. And then the woman, she's like, give me a second, I'll be right back. She came back to the window and she was like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but there was only, I'm gonna tell you the exact amount. They said $200 and something. And even if that money were present, the person that would have obtained that money would have been my mom's husband. And when I say that experience stuck with me, and it made me feel so crazy because I felt like I was betraying my father in a sense. Like, why would you go to that standard or that measure to do that if I've always been, And yeah, I just needed to tell that story.
I feel important. Like because we literally just went through that with my mom's husband. With even though she left us money, she had money from somewhere else or whatever, and he took it. And I just know that's a learning experience for me because the same thing happened with our grandmother too.
Oh wow!
Yeah, with grandpa
too. You know a lot more about our grandparents than I do. Too.
So remember, I should say. When she passed, same thing. Like everybody was fighting over the money and blah blah blah, and grandpa took the money. And I know that when I have kids, that cycle was automatically going to be broken.
We take it
because I know that I'm going to have a will soon as they come out. Will they're like, I'm not trying to put in my mind that like the partner that I'm with is exactly because I want to make sure that they're okay. God forbid if something happened to me, before or whenever during the time that they're alive. So to make sure that they're secure and the legacy for them is not broken by a man or not. It doesn't always have to be a man. It could be any other family member or somebody that feels entitled to, what you try to leave your kid. So that's just like a learning experience. I encourage anybody that has kids to have a will,
life insurance,
for sure, a trust, because that's another thing. My mom, we didn't have to do anything or worry about anything. We just had to sign our papers, and that was it. We didn't have to do a GoFundMe. Her funeral, everything was paid for.
And there's nothing against those who do and who have to. This is not to disrespect anyone. But if you have the opportunity to make those preparations and arrangements to set your children up well off, I said my mother was 11. I was 11 when my mother passed. If you have the opportunity to do so, ensure that you do that as a parent.
Right, because Jalea is set for life. by the time she, whatever age that my mother put for her to have her money, she's gonna be good. Okay. Like she's not gonna have to worry about anything. She's not, if she wanna open a business or if she decides to go to school whatever or she wants to do. Whatever it is, she doesn't have to worry about it. So, you know, I encourage that wholeheartedly.
Definitely. Yes, it's important
because that was
giving knowledge on here. Y'all better listen up. Okay.
What are some people's misunderstanding about being motherless?
Oh, child. Hey. Hey now. Hey now. I will say a lot of people's misunderstanding is that the way you carry things, they think that everything is okay, everything is good, we're well off. They don't need my help, they don't need support because you make it look easy. As I mentioned earlier in the episode, I was so young when I lost my mom, and the thoughts that I used to have, I would crumble to pieces if my son was having those thoughts. Now, later, at any point in life, no parent wants to experience or even have to feel their children. And I send my condolences to parents who have lost their children in the past and found suicidal notes and all types of stuff like that. Like, I'm sure my father hearing this, he would not imagine that that's what will be, you know, the type of thoughts that I will be having at those times. And even the thoughts that he's having himself by grieving the loss of a parent, you know, and also still having to be supportive of your children in the process of you grieving and healing at the same time as well. No parent wants to experience that, you know, but it's certain things that is out of your control. Just because people present things a certain way or they carry things a certain way or they grieve a certain way does not mean that they're okay.
Right. I agree with that. I was going to say that as well because I feel like I'm always everybody's go-to person. So it's just like people just pick up the phone and just like just start trauma dumping.
Not can your mental handle this at this current moment. But hello, yeah, because
right, because they're like, oh, what you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm laying down. Oh, I'll be like, bro,
I didn't even prepare the brain yet.
I just woke up. How about that?
Yeah.
My sleepy ass. I'm always asleep. What, like, and it just be like you said, like they just don't think like, oh, you're not going through anything. Like, oh, like she alright, she up and go to work today. You know that is something called functional depression,
right? Because they see you living your life,
but that
you're not depressed or moping. Like I mentioned earlier, there's some people with the loss of a parent that they never return. They do drugs, which end up they get laced. They end up this, that, and some people are just so heartbroken that they can't find it in themselves to even get up and brush their teeth in the morning. And that one day of them not being able to do that has turned into 6 years and 7 years later, and now you're seeing them like things just get really bad and they can get really dark. You don't know what the experience is like until you experience it yourself. And I would never wish this on anyone, not my worst enemy of the loss of a parent. But don't think that that's the end of your journey.
Right.
Like, it does not end there. Just because you can, it doesn't matter how old you are, what point in your life, it's never going to feel less hurtful than the other. It's never going to feel easier. It just gets easier because you learn how to live life. That's just it. That's just what it boils down to. You just learn how to navigate through life. It doesn't mean that you don't still feel, that you don't think of it.
Right. And I feel like also too, I feel like our family has very strong women.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just like natural to us to not stick in a place for so long.
You don't stay stuck.
So it's just like, I feel like that's what has kept me going. And then also I came to terms, you know, with my mom being sick and stuff. My mother was a faithful servant of God. Okay. And I struggled with the why aspect. And then when I started going back to, no, when she left.
Okay.
So I'm like, when I started going back to church, God doesn't want to see his children suffer.
No, not at all.
So he took her. And then also I realized she can do more up there and not be sick, because you want to know why, while she's here, she's going to be here. We have to take care of her because we took care of her. She's hurting.
It hurts us to watch this.
Right. It's very emotional. And I feel like it became emotional because we all helped her. It's different. I take care of people all day at work. Like, and it's so like, you know.
But it's different when
it's different when it's your, exactly. And, you know, just to go back, like, she can do more up there for me than she can do here had she still been in that state.
And also, just to remind you, like, not to be that person, but like I told my mom, like, they've instilled enough wisdom in us while they were here for a lifetime.
Right.
Clearly, hello,
Right.
right now. And even when you just say about, oh, you're able to do more there, I know that it hurts you and me more for you to be here physically.
Right, right.
I just want to, I think I told you this before, but just a reminder. I remember what that felt like, watching my mom deteriorate day after day after day after day or whatever. And during that process, my mom had asked my dad to let us move back to New York because she didn't want us to see her in that state. I say that to say when my aunt was going into her transitioning stage, I was living at home with my family at the time. I ended up moving out, and she was a person, a candidate in that situation that helped me in that process, helped me move out. And when she did, I was able to flourish and grow the way I needed to, and not be focused on like what I said earlier about being so selfless and pouring into everybody's cup except your own. And I remember her saying to me before I left, like, "I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you." And we're next, and like, don't cry. She was like she knew her time was coming next. Like, the next chapter of where she stepped into, her house would be so beautiful the way she always imagined it. And it's not too where she got to compromise with somebody else because of what they like and what they don't like, or what they can gain from her. And just her being so selfless really was a big downfall of hers, because sometimes you don't realize that you'll go without trying to help everybody else around you. And when I moved out and I started coming back home to work and everything, and I would see her each time that I went home, she just looked worse and worse. She never looked better. So I already knew the time was coming. And I remember just thinking, and praying so much, like, thank you that I don't have to see that and experience that for a second time. And at some points, I felt like it was avoidance a little bit. Like, I didn't go back home at times because I didn't want to see that. But each time, I always reminded myself, like, you did everything you were supposed to. You don't have to feel guilt about anything. You poured into her the way you were supposed to. You never avoided her. Anytime you were in her presence, anything that she was in need of, you always took care of it. And I made sure, even when she passed, my cousin was so young. My cousin was 5 years old. I would come all the way to Brooklyn, drive, pick her up, and keep her just for the weekend, just so that she could just remember her people, and it doesn't have to be just because mommy's not here that I'm by myself.
Right. I feel like the same because I never told nobody this. I think only told my godmother. But the day before my mom passed, they called us and they told us like they were transferring her to hospice.
Okay.
And we all went there and they were taking like forever. So Tiana and them, they was just like, they're going to go back. Something just told me to stay there. I stayed. I laid in the bed with her. And, I was just telling her that I loved her. And I'm just like cuddling her. And I just knew right then and there,
you
like,
felt it.
It was her last day.
That
And it was probably
hard.
like around like 2 a.m. And we're in the ambulance. And she's just like gasping, and I'm just praying like, God, please don't let it happen to me, because anybody that knows me knows that I don't deal with death well. Like, I never went to funerals and things like that. So I'm just like praying like, please don't let this happen in front of me, please, like, please. And I'm just like, I love you. And literally the last words that I said to my mom was, I'll see you on my birthday. And I never got that chance to see her. And I remember she passed like the next day, like around 12. And me and Julia, we dancing and stuff in my room. And Tiana, she called me. She like, Takia, like, you gotta like get out. I already knew. Also, that night I had a dream, and my mom was in my dream. And she's like, packing. She was right on Bond Street, packing a car, whatever. She's like, oh, I'm going to my new apartment. Yes. And she was like, I'll see you at 5:00. And she passed 5:15.
Sorry.
So I'm just sitting there like,
there's too much confirmation.
And Tiana was like, come, like, so you could view the body. I said, I already made my peace. And you know, people was just like, oh, why didn't you go?
Nobody understood.
Nobody understood.
Nobody understood.
I already, by me laying in the bed with her, we was listening to 70s music in the bed, and I'm just like, I had that time. And then also that day, everybody had their time with her. Before then, Jalea came and read a book to her. So it's just like her soul was like fulfilled.
At peace.
Right. At peace. So it's just like, why do I need to reopen a wound that I already closed?
I'm so happy that you actually just explained that to me. I say that because I just told this story in scripture study like last week. I told them the moments leading up to me finding out about my mom's death. It's very similar to yours. So it's funny that you say that. I want to tell the story after. But when you just said about making your peace, why do I need to go and reopen that?
Right.
Scripture, everything is spiritual. Y'all keep thinking it's not. Y'all better get in tune with our word. Get in tune with our word. Everything is spiritual. When she said, why do I need to reopen this wound? I just asked in scripture study, why is it considered, like, why do they consider, oh, don't play with the dead. Don't play with the dead, meaning don't go to graveyards and visit and things like that, you know, or however you want to take it or whatever, right? And basically it's because, in a sense, if you already made peace with that soul, you don't have to follow a tradition because of that's what it seems like. You can talk to your mother, your loved one from your household. You don't have to, and everybody knows. And if you say that it doesn't, you're lying. Everybody knows the feeling of a cemetery makes you so freaking uncomfortable. It's the most uncomfortable feeling there is to exist. And I say that because Takia just said, I don't go to funerals, I don't do this, I don't do that. Takia was one of the very first, one of the three out of three people that I brought to my mom's gravesite. You were the first person. And she did that to support me. Right. Even knowing that that's against her own morals, her own beliefs, her own values, all those things, she did it to support me in that moment.
Even my friend.
You know? So
she just had and I went to the funeral.
Oh
yeah, I'm making progress.
Okay, I'm proud.
But I only did that because I'm like, I would feel like a fucked up friend if I don't go. Like,
you know,
so yeah, I don't.
It doesn't even matter the reason that you did it. It's the fact that you did it. You know, that's what's most important. So I say all that to say that when I asked that in scripture study and they explained to me, they were like, because you're making peace with their soul, their spirit. Right. The physical being, not to say it like that, but it means really nothing for real. They ain't
you know how much my lights be flickering? How many butterflies I see? How many this I see? You know, and I be like, I know that's you. Her.
I know
like,
that's you.
I be like, hello, girl.
Yeah.
Like,
talk to your people, and don't feel crazy because you talk to your people. Just because their physical being is not here does not mean that they don't exist.
And even like what I said, like with dreams, like our family is very spiritual. Like dreamers. My mother, she used to be like, "Oh, what you dreamt about?" And
all the time,
like
pull out that book.
No, for real.
What that mean? Every time she don't play about that book, okay?
And I have that gift. Like I dream, and my dreams come true. And my dreams are even sometimes when I don't have like a full understanding of what it's about. I Google and I like it's just like,
and it has happened plenty of times.
So crazy.
I just want to tell a story real fast. What she was just saying before her mom transitioned. The day that my mom transitioned. Before she transitioned, she already asked my sister and I, like, you know, if something happens to me, who do you want to live with? So we were there while she was making her will. Basically, we were making the will with her.
Right.
So I say that to also that she was already with the preparation. The day of, I was a very, like, I wouldn't say troubled child, but I was a very serious child. Every picture that you see of me,
face me mug.
Exactly. So that will kind of explain like my character in that sense. And especially when my mom was sick, I was super, super, super reserved. And I was really quiet. And that day, it seemed like school was just extra fun. Like we were in gym, we were having so much fun. I couldn't understand why does the school feel so fun today.
Right.
Me and Jamani was walking home. Jamani is our cousin.
Yeah.
My older cousin that we went to the same school. And every day we walked home together. We were walking home. Even the walk home felt fun. We was laughing. Everybody had good spirits. Team 032 showing. We get in front of the house. We still in a good mood. We go upstairs now. Now we go upstairs. My bed. As soon as you come up the stairs, my bedroom is here. My sister's bedroom is here. I made a left. I see my sister and my cousin sitting on the bed, while me and my other cousin are walking up the stairs, and they're both in tears. Oh my goodness, the picture is like, oh my goodness, I'm having flashbacks. And when I seen them crying, I already knew. Like you said, I already knew what it was. Like I was just sitting there. I was like this, exactly like this. no emotion, no reaction, no nothing, because I already knew. And my mom transitioned in our house as well, so that was another thing that was like really uncomfortable. And once it happened, I never went back to the house since then. Like I still haven't driven past there or anything. I'm sure the house is still there and everything, but just
I say I don't have no emotion either. Like I feel like so weird.
You have like great emotions and a great spirit and a great mind, and before. And that's because they're at peace.
Yeah, like it was sunny. Like I will never forget that day. It was nice outside. Like I said, me and Julia was dancing to Rihanna. If it's nothing that you want, just make me a girl. Like I will never forget that moment in that day, because it's just like, and the same thing. Like I probably like cried a little bit, but like I said, I didn't really cry until November. Like I was just like. And I feel like also because we kind of knew, it wasn't like the first time when she got sick, and it was just like we was
already expecting it. Yeah, I think that's the thing about like to make light of the situation. When you have a diagnosis, that you kind of already prepare yourself just in case. Versus when it was like Maryland's like spur of the moment, like nobody expected that, just came out of nowhere, no sickness, no nothing.
And I feel like that kind of helped me too, because I kind of feel like if it would have happened like abruptly,
I would have been distraught.
I would have been like a totally different, kind of way.
I can definitely agree with that.
If you could speak to your mother today, what would you say?
Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much. I love you. Like, thank you. If I couldn't express it any other way, especially growing up, I always used to say, like, my mom was so hard on me. She was so strict. She didn't play. There are times as a kid, I would question, like,
are you okay?
Do you love me? Like, why are you so mean?
Right.
Why are you so serious all the time? And then when I became a mother, before I became a mother, when I became an adult, a young woman, and I started to realize, like, you can't be soft. You can't. Like, people gonna play with you all the time.
Yep, I agree. So, and for me, it's like, it's kind of weird, because it's like my mom was so hard on me, and it's like, you kind of made me like this.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why are you going against, like, so now that I'm this person and I'm strong-willed, and I am gonna talk back to you. I am gonna question to you. Like, now you have a problem, but this is your problem. You made me
this monster.
But also too, I'm grateful for that, because I don't let nobody walk over me. I'm a very, very sweet person, and I feel like I've always been sweet, but I have a hard exterior. I don't let people in because I don't want them to hurt that soft side of me. So it's just like, I am thankful that my mom like made me tough in a way.
Yeah.
She used to be like, "Oh, why you always want to fight your sisters? Fight them people in the street like that."
I'm gonna do both.
No, for real. Okay. Like, she used to, and it's like, you made me like that.
And I'm so happy.
Yeah, nobody's ever gonna sit there and try to play with me unless I let you. Cause not for nothing, I be acting slow sometimes. I be like, all right.
Yep.
Because like I said, like, now losing my mom, like, it's nothing worth saying. Like, we're all adults. So you know what you did, I know what I did, and we just gonna leave it. Yeah, like, and that's it. Like, so
I'm so happy that my mom was as serious as she was. Like you said, lieutenant. I used to always say that, like, lieutenant. And my man now always say that. He's like, "You're a lieutenant." I'm like, damn, I'm becoming my mother.
I'm on a strict program,
But the strict program is what keeps you in order. I actually just said this the other day to Kari. I said, he like, those kids still outside. I was like, 9:00 at night. I said, be happy. I said, you want to know why they still outside?
Because their parents don't love them. Well, yeah, that like, too.
Basically, if you have parents, but when I say you don't have parents, it doesn't mean, a parent that's not lost. That doesn't mean that. Right. A parent means that even when I'm at work, you still have supervision. You're not just free will, just outside doing whatever you want. So don't get that misconstrued when I say just because you're not physically present. Even without you physically being present, you can still be a parent because you're still going to make sure those arrangements are in order.
Right.
You're going to be in the house by this time. You're eating dinner by this time. Homework is done. You're not outside in the park doing whatever the F you want to do at 10:00 at night on a goddamn.
And that's why I used to be so mad because
you wanted to be one of them people.
Hello, and if y'all like to know where I live, I can see the whole park. Okay.
Watch it from the window.
From my window. And it's like, again, you can come outside. No. Mad. Like, they're like, oh, I'm not gonna let you do nothing.
The real life memes when you watch it from the window.
No, really mean. At the window. Okay. Like,
be happy, be grateful that you have parents that care.
And that's why, like, now that I'm older, like, I understand. Like, you don't need to be unknown things was happening.
That was your protection,
right? You don't need to be outside. You know how many shootouts? You know how many this that I done heard from my window. I didn't heard people got shot, crying, grown men. Okay, so it's just like my mother was saving us from that. You don't need to. My mother was an old school street lights. Don't make me have to come downstairs because I'm gonna embarrass you.
Okay.
Or when she's like, bring your asses upstairs from the window. Embarrassing.
Like, nobody wants to feel that as
right.
a child.
And then don't go in the back of the park neither.
Right. Because I can't see you.
I can't see you. Bring your ass upstairs.
I was going to say, too, it's funny what you say about the old school traditional.
Oh, my God.
Those boundaries are what kept you protected.
Right.
As much as you wanted to be that kid outside, you appreciate those gestures so much more as an adult. Like what you just said, like what's one thing you would tell your mother? Thank you. There's nothing else I could tell you, Ma. Like that's a million things I want to say to you. But if nothing else, if those are my only words, thank you so much. Thank you.
I definitely agree with that.
I don't know how else to put it. Like for real, those are hell of women. Like what? A male play with me, a dog play with me, a cat play. Nobody's playing with me. It's funny because there was a point in time in our childhood where our mothers were.
You know what's crazy? I was like, so as I was thinking about this, I was like, I don't know if you knew.
I remember you telling. I think you're the one that told me that.
Yeah. And I will never forget. Like your mom came to my house, and I used to always act like I was asleep because I was nosy. I was a nosy kid. Okay? Acting like I was sleeping with them, and they was like fake arguing in the room.
in Guana?
Yes, what? In the room. Yes.
No way.
But that was just like they were both very strong
women.
And one thing about my mom, she didn't play about her brother. Like so, it's just like, but also like she would, let's have a conversation. Like that was like her thing. So. And they both
later on in life to get like that though, because they wasn't
always like that. Yeah.
It was two firecrackers together. That was the biggest problem.
They both like on site type of people, like
two firecrackers together. It's funny because my cousin Takia is the one who told me a lot about that. But then I also got to hear from my mom's side of the family too, of like of the perspective of course, as a sister, even when your brother's doing wrong, that's your brother. You gonna ride for him. Right. So my father was dead ass doing wrong. And my mother was on some nigga, I'm not going. I don't care. Like that's what it is. So you can bring whoever people you want to bring. And
my mother, my mother gonna go.
Yeah. Every time.
And one thing about it, my mother never backed down from a fight. So she didn't care who we were. Like the same person. Like
strong as hell.
Like, that's like literally me and you.
The same women in different bodies. I feel like a little bit. Like they just had their personalities are what made them different. But they were so much alike.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like me and you. Like we're done all over again. Like
really, literally. And imagine, I wonder, like, if they got a chance, they probably would have been just like this. Like if they got to live a little bit longer, if life would have just allowed.
Yeah, because I know my mom changed a lot, like throughout the years and stuff. So
unfortunately, I would say it's the truth. My mom's sickness is what really got her like super, super, super soft. She wasn't really softer when she, once we moved away to Virginia.
Right.
We were in a different environment. Her mentality was different, but she was still that same person. It don't take much. Still, a nigga out here play with me, he gonna get the same treatment a nigga in New York would have got. So it's like that aspect of her didn't change. But the more you grow, the more this is how I knew my mother was changing. When she asked my father's, who is his wife but was his girlfriend at the time, she asked him like, can my daughters live with you? Like, would you be okay? I know she and my mother and her did not have a good relationship. My mother was so mean to that lady. She was so mean to her. She gave her hell because she knew that she could. And it was unfair. She did it just because she felt like she could. And in those moments, I say that to say, because you never know when you're going to need people. And my mother had to swallow her pride in that moment because life forced her, circumstances forced her. And now you're asking the same very woman that you was just taunting, can you help me?
Yeah.
So it's important that you just be genuine. Just be genuine. And even if people don't appreciate your personality, at least they can say that you're consistent.
Right. I agree. What does home feel like to you now? Or what does it mean to you now?
First, before I say what does it mean to me, the person that taught me the meaning was your mother. She was the first person that taught me that. I would say because even though my parents always ensured that home felt like home, I didn't understand what it it meant or looked like to build that, because it was already just given to me.
Right.
So your mother told me what it looked like to build it. And then when she transitioned, Samantha was the next person that came right after. So home to me feels like a comforting, safe space, which sounds kind of cliche, but it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's what it feels like on the inside. Like, you could make any house a home.
I agree.
It's a big difference.
I agree with that, because it brings me back to what you always say from when we moved across the street to where I live now. And so, just a little backstory. I live where I live at, but we changed buildings. And it was raining, and we moved our stuff.
I always said it was pouring.
It was pouring raining. And literally all we had was 2 mattresses in the room that I have now. And that's home, because it's just like, even though like we had the furniture and everything and stuff like that, like those 2 mattresses was enough for all 6 of us for that one night. And it felt like home.
It always
and it still feels that way. Like, my cousins come over, friends come over, and nobody ever wants to leave. Like, it's like, y'all gotta go. I'm tired. Like, nobody ever wants to leave. Even the kids, like, they come, come see us use the bathroom. Oh, can I play with your dog? The next thing you know, they there for hours.
They want to stay.
Go outside. No, I want to stay here with Takia. I want to stay here with Amina.
That's one thing she always made sure that your house always felt like a home.
Yep.
And I would say that, like where I say a lot of it comes from survival, they had to be innovative. They didn't have much at that time. They didn't have many luxuries that we have today. Like, and I always say, like I said, my aunt,
and we didn't even notice.
Down.
Like, when my mother, like, certain
seafood
things,
parties, and we didn't.
No, for real. We had seafood boils before a seafood boil was a thing.
I didn't even know what king crab legs were at that time. You understand what I'm saying? We was watching Gotta Kick It Up, Disney Channel.
No, for real. Cheetah Girls.
The seafood boil. Y'all wasn't there.
We had the back, yo. That was not there. Funny. Oh my god.
Boil on top. Disney Channel movie on. You know what's about. Like, what's up?
Sure did.
She created an experience every time for everybody. If you got a chance to experience that, then you know that about her.
And she never excluded anybody, because the times that we were outside and stuff, whatever, and they be like, "Oh, I want to go to your house." Ask your mother. I don't mind. Everybody always wanted to go to my house. As we used to be like, we don't want to be here. My mother is strict. Like, why do y'all want to be here?
More importantly, it wasn't even no space for all of us to be here.
Because it was already 4 of us.
That never stopped us. And that just reminds me of why I said that to begin with. My aunt always made it work. She has 5 girls now, but she had 4 girls for a very long time. Jalea came way when I was like 19. Yeah. So it was a lot that, we got to experience that when she only had 4 girls, and it was like she had 6 daughters all the time. I don't care if I have a 3-bedroom apartment. Everybody's gonna fit and sleep here comfortably.
And then plus Imani and Taji when they used to come.
Right. Exactly that.
And the other stragglers, whoever, let me not call them stragglers, but just even people with dance. It was all of us plus whoever else wanted to come to my house to spend the night.
We made it work.
So this is like the last few.
This was a great episode.
I know.
This is a great episode.
I'm glad I didn't cry as much as I thought that I was going to like boo-hoo cry, because Lord. If someone is listening and feels alone because they don't have their mom, what message would you leave them?
I know what I want to say to them. I'm supposed to say, how would I say it?
You know what song is in my head? Gotta Keep Going by Janae Aiko. Like, you just gotta
keep going.
Go with the motions. Allow yourself to feel. Because I feel like the more you suppress, the more you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yep.
So allow yourself to feel what you're feeling and just keep on moving.
Oh, that's perfect. That's a great message. Because I wish that was a message I had years ago. It took me so many years to finally start crying about it. Like, when I would cry about my mom's death, I would go in the bathroom, close the door, because I don't want people to see me. Like, things like that. Like, very toxic behaviors, because these are, how you call them, coping mechanisms that I developed over a time period because I didn't allow myself to grieve or to feel those emotions, and I kept avoiding. Oh, I'm so strong. And let me tell y'all one thing. I don't want to be strong.
Yeah, no.
I don't want that.
I'm gonna be vulnerable. Yeah, like,
I'm a strong woman. Everybody should be in tune with the emotions. The reason that you're so strong is probably because you're emotionally unaware. It's the real. Let's really talk about it for real.
Yep.
The message that I will give somebody is to always know yourself. Know yourself. Because once you know yourself, no matter what life hits you with, It may throw you off track a little bit, but that shit can't make you fall off forever because you know who you are. It's always going to be in you.
Right.
But when you still looking for that person, you haven't found it just yet, and then you lose somebody that made you feel that, that's what makes you crumble.
And then also too, like, you've been through the worst. So it's just like anything else is like a piece of cake. Like it's just like, oh, I'm gonna eat that.
Right.
Like
it's small talk to a
giant.
giant.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know.
I definitely agree with that.
So that concludes everything.
Oh my God, that was a good ending question. Okay, girl. Let me get some advice when I'm even here. Okay, I loved it. I enjoyed this episode so much.
Thank you. Oh, look, it's bad funny. Look what's on my iPad.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, look.
A throwback picture. See. That was your birthday. Which birthday was that?
I don't
know. That
was
like, that was Imperia's birthday.
Yeah, that was she turned 21. Yeah, that was a crazy day.
Yes. But always, this was a great introduction to your podcast.
Yes.
Great. I enjoyed this so much.
Thank you.
And I appreciate
I hope you guys enjoy. Not too much on me because I'm very vulnerable and I'm shy. So, I hope you guys enjoy and tune in for more.
We'll see you in the next one. That was so cute.
I love